Hey everyone, this is Senior Tiger here, or you can call me Marv Tiger Euro or Euro Marv Tiger, whatever you guys want to call me. But this is Senior Tiger, and I'm scratching here for another video for you guys. As you know, it's been a long time. I have no specific reasons. I'm gonna upload at my own pace and just do things. But as you know, there has been a recent announcement for basically a new game in the Budokai Tenkaichi series. And people are speculating that it's going to be called Budokai Tenkaichi 4. I don't know about that. But I decided that I was going to make a video basically talking about all the games that I like. I'm going to display Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Xenoverse 2, Raging Blast 2, possibly Raging Blast 1, as much as I don't want to do that, and maybe some other games. You guys will just have to wait and see as a surprise. But I wanted to talk about a lot of the pros and the cons with these games. I've already made a video that have a lot of views on YouTube previously about Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. I always said that it was overdue. Budokai Tenkaichi series is basically the original version of Raging Blast 2. And I can't emphasize how much I really like Raging Blast 2, and I like their approach to what they try to rip off and kind of grow from as far as Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and its predecessors as well. So, yeah, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. And as always, enjoy the video. And if you have anything that you want to say, please comment, like, subscribe if you want. I advise you please subscribe, but I'm not going to post that often. But if you want me to, I can. Just haven't had that fan base to really push me to do that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this video now. As always, you gotta admire the intro. It looks amazing and pretty darn similar to the game Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. This this game, out of all Dragon Ball games, really speaks languages to me. I can't explain why. It looks great. Of course, they look plastic like, but the feel of the game, the characters, it has a wide range of characters. It's amazing. All right, but here we have Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. Now let me go over the menu. So we have single player, and single player consists of galaxy mode, which is basically it kind of go along a timeline of a player, plus it have random battles, which kind of seems like what if battles. I don't want to show you an example. I will show you that in a different video if you guys want. um but let me read the description. This mode allows you to play original missions created for each character. The character begins in basic form and custom 3 is selected. Custom 3 is basically like the what you're able to customize your character to benefit them. So first off, it's like the capsule system in Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and also Budokai, the original series. You have capsules and stuff that you can use to benefit your character. And you also have kind of some extra customizable, so you can adjust the aura, the ki blast, and yeah, just things in that nature. Let's go ahead and keep going. We have Battle Zone, which is basically a series of challenging events, or challenging fights, shall I say, leading into a main boss. It gets progressively harder, and also you have different levels, and then you have like some disadvantages that you're gonna have to go through when you kind of go to the next level, the next wave, or the next block. And that's basically what that is. Long story short. Then we have the tutorial. Everyone knows what that is, but it'll teach you basically the basics of the game. Most of the mechanics, not all of them. Some people have to discover the mechanics of the game. And then training so you can really hone your abilities and work on your combos, work with your characters, figure out what you like about your teams, just different things in that nature. Like I said, you can figure out the versatility of this game when you play. It's so much more, and I express this game is so much more in terms of depth than a lot of games that people really think of, and I can't. I'll show you if I can. All right, but yeah, let's go ahead. So battle consists of single battle. Single battle is basically a 1v1. It can be against a computer, against your friend, or two computers, if I'm right. Yeah, and that's basically what that is. And we have team battle, which is basically the same thing, except you can have it to where your each team can be up to 5 characters, and that's basically what that is. So you can have it could be 2v3 or 1v5 or 3v2 or whatever else, whatever combinations you can make out of that, and it can still be 1v1. So I would much prefer single battle over team battle, just because it doesn't force you to have one character. But at the same time, I love having 1v1 rather than an assist or anything in that nature. Now, power battle is basically the same thing as a team battle, except you have this power limit. So each character has their own basically power level, and you can establish what you want it to go up to. Let me show you an example. So, for example, your team's power level can be up to 20, and let's say you have someone that's 21, they can't be on the team. You have to select basically characters leading up into that, so it can be just one character, or it can be a total of 5 characters that have power levels of -1. It don't matter. Um, Now let's keep going. We have online mode, which I'm not going to click on that. I doubt I'll actually be able to get on. Well, actually, yeah, yeah, I can. It'll just take a while. Give me just a minute. Yeah. All right, so here's the online. It has standard mode. Standard mode is basically just regular fighting with no customs added to it. It's just like a regular 1v1, no perks, just characters and battle, and it's really fun. Freestyle is basically the same thing, except it incorporates the like I said earlier, the capsules or the customs. The customs, which like it could be like unbreakable guard and things in that nature, makes the battle a little harder for the other person, but they have to know what you have, and it could be to your advantage or it could be to your disadvantage basically. But it's also a really fun mode. I think everyone would like it. We have world tournament mode. World tournament is basically it could be up to 16 players total, and I don't know if it. I haven't done it online when it was popular. So all I would say is with this mode, you can select one character and you can face 16 people potentially around the world and fight them, and yeah, it'll go from 16 to 8 to 4 to 2, and then those two duke it out, and that one's the winner of the world tournament. Friendship match is a way that you can invite your friend directly to the match. You can send them an invite and you'll be able to accept it that way. You have ranking, then you have your battle record, which shows you basically your battles and also your titles and things like that. I used to be 100, um, but I ended up switching to a different console of my own, and it really set me back quite a bit because it back then you couldn't really transfer your data. But yeah, I used to be 100% at this game in terms of like titles and everything. But yeah, let's keep going. Now you have your world tournament, like I mentioned earlier. You can have up to 16 players. There's two different versions. There's one that's world tournament, which it has some extra rules added to it, but you also have the cell games. Cell games is basically a regular battle, but you have sixteen characters without the penalty of, like, for example, a ring out. And only one to have a ring out would be world tournament, but it'll be like if you're on your last bar of health and you're falling down too fast and can't stop yourself. All right, so when I talk about customs, you have your ultimate customize, and this lets you customize items, super attacks, some cosmetics of the characters in terms of their aura, ki blast, and things in that nature. Let me show you a quick example. These are all of your characters. I'll get into this later. But yeah, let's say I go to Goku. He has 3 different forms. You can customize his supers. So you have like he has Kamehameha, his Saiyan Spirit, Kaioken, Solar Flare. But you also have like a bunch of different super attacks that you can use in place of it, and I really love using the right analog stick for super attacks. I find it very convenient rather than just, especially with how slow most cameras move when you try to move them. Instead of self-tracking, I'd rather just use it for super attacks. Now, one thing I wanted to point out before I get into depth of it later on, base Goku has different attacks, super attacks, than Super Saiyan Goku. Let me show you. Oh crap. Yeah. So, all these moves are different. It has instant transmission Kamehameha, for example. And if you go down, it has a smaller list, but it's unique to Super Saiyan Goku. Super Saiyan 2 has mostly the same thing. In Super Saiyan 3, Super Kamehameha. You don't have that with any other form of Goku. Let me just make sure if that's the case. Yeah, you don't have that with any other form of Goku. Now, to get back into the customized menu or items, however you want to say it. For example, my custom one has defense ups, key charge speed up, and reduce charge time for like attacks, and also snap attack up. All that is pretty self-explanatory. I don't want to get into that unless you guys want me to in a separate video, and I can show you visual presentation. But yeah, if I press defense up, if I want to switch it out, there's melee perks, which the list is pretty steep. And you have key perks, which, like I said, the list is pretty steep. You have super attacks. The list is alright. You have defense, which the list is pretty steep. You have specials, which is not really for special attacks, but it's more towards just all around. Which the list is incredibly small, but it's a pretty decent size. So now here's your ability downs, and all this does, you see the limit points. All it does is it helps you with your points that you have. So in case you don't have enough to add something on, now you can get some sort of disadvantage in order to bring your points up to where you can match up to that. You know, you see the difference in those numbers, so you can basically keep doing that, and it kind of balances out you having that extra advantage. All right, and you also have some accessories, like you can make sure your clothes don't get destroyed in battle. You can have an unequipped scouter, lost cape, sturdy cape, halo, and you know, different auras of like different people. And then you have your CPU, so you can have it to where they attack more like Vegeta, Gohan, Trunks, and you know, all of them. Now you have your character encyclopedia. It tells you all about the characters, their voices, and you know, a little bit of their background. You have your basically background music collection, which is pretty nice. You have your battle replays, which I have a ton of them. I'm not gonna play them, but you also have your view pictures. Look at, you know, we have view movies. It has the Hachiyak movie. It has the credits. Summoning Purunga, summoning Shinran. Yeah, basically all that good stuff. This is the newer movie. It's not the older one, but yeah, that's what that is. Lastly, we have our options, which you can basically change your just if your screen shakes, your captions, how bright you want this to be. I'll try to make this as fast as possible. I could talk about some of the things that I like, but as usual, I've already kind of established most of this in the videos I made previously, so I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. Instead of Goku and Vegeta, you know, obviously they have Gogeta and Vegeta. In my personal opinion, and I hope they incorporate this in a newer game because it applies in this game, when you have them as two separate characters and then they fuse, they are actually faster, stronger, have more health than if you were to just straight out pick them. It's interesting, but it's a fact. And I don't know if a lot of people notice that. But one thing I like about this game as well is whenever you pick a character, and let's say you have Trunks and Goten, you cannot pick their fusion. I love it. I absolutely love it. Or if you pick one of them, you still can't pick their fusion because you need the other in order to do the fusion. They have personalized interactions, so I think that everyone's alright. So for example, one of the things I like about this game, besides, you know, the flying and things like that, yeah, there's so many variations to an attack that people can incorporate. You got your defensive tactics. This is when they hit, you can basically counter or teleport behind them and counter. You have this to dodge, so if he's attacking, you could just da 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 da. You see? And if you see everything coming, you can easily punish. I love it. Absolutely love it. And also you have your regular teleporting. And after you teleport, you can do a dash. Or you can just teleport. You can go left, right, forward, backwards. It's amazing. So much versatility. Charge your key blast. You can have regular blast. You can do a snap one. That noise you hear is called a snap. It's just like if you were to do that, boom, and teleport. That's called a snap attack. You have your signature attack, and obviously dash. You can move around, hold the dash button, and you don't have any special mechanics. You can go forward. You can dash, stop, and then if you press it a third time, you can straight up super dash towards them, and you can also cancel it out with a block. So many variations that you can do on this. You can also, like I just shown, teleport during an attack. Charge up attacks, which is real time, can be stopped. Turn Super Saiyan, you know, your menus here. I'm just gonna go Super Saiyan, but then I'm also going to fuse right after. This requires a whole bar of ki, so just make sure you have ki, and you can go immediately back to base form and then back to Super Saiyan, but it's only after you transform it to that state. Alright, so let's go to Goten. So we're going to fuse to base form. Like I said, they're a lot faster when you fuse in your base form. That's a cutscene. So a lot of people were talking about they want cutscenes back and things of that nature. So if you don't want real time, you can always use cutscenes. It works out just as well to me. It's kind of fast, so it doesn't make a difference. Now you can also transform. Let's say I go Super Saiyan 3, skip 1. Go back to base form. Go back to 3. Go back to base form. Go Super Saiyan. Now you hit another cutscene. Now you go from Super Saiyan to base form. Super Saiyan, base form. And now you go Super Saiyan. Then you go Super Saiyan 3. Now you hit kind of a custom animation. And yeah. Now remember when I was talking about the Raging Blast mode? Just a second. Raging mode. Okay. So you saw that. You can basically extend your attacks, but only while you're in the Raging Blast mode. This is what it would look like. There's so much more depth to this game than anyone knows. I just wanted to point that out. Right? Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan back to base. Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 2 from Super Saiyan. You can't go back to base because it'll show a, um, basically that. But from this, you can go back to Super Saiyan 2, back to base. And if you go Super Saiyan, it'll show that same animation again. So it's just based off the last transformation. Like I said, now you go to Super Saiyan 3 and you have kind of another custom animation. This game is amazing. When you actually play it, you feel like that character. Like I said, the feel of the character is stuck in your hands. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this game. Down to the next Dragon Ball game. Alright, so this is the next Dragon Ball game. Let's go ahead and proceed. This is Raging Blast 1. As I told everyone, I really don't like Raging Blast 1. But I love the visuals. And that's probably the only thing I actually like about this game. Other than that, it feels very... I don't know the word to describe it. If you could tell by how many characters I have on the game, how little I've actually played it. One of my problems with some of the Dragon Ball games is the story mode. We see the same story and it's emphasized throughout, many YouTube content creators that the same story is being reiterated. It'll be nice to go up to Super and Budokai Tenkaichi 4 or whatever name it will be. But wow, playing through that story takes time and it's nice and it's a nice challenge. But man. Alright, like I said, you're gonna see the difference in terms of the player list that I have, that I really don't play this game. So they have Dragonball Collection, which is basically story mode. You have options, museum, dojo, which is you can practice basically, and also it says practice, but it also says basically tutorial. So that's basically what that is, like a dojo. Ultimate customization, which is the same thing as what I said in Raging Blast 2, but I think it's to a smaller scale. Yeah. I gotta say, the visuals by a mile look better than Raging Blast 2 in terms of like the character designs. Thin lines, great shading, maybe a little bit too dark, but yeah, looks great. And this deck thing, this operates different than how it did in Raging Blast 2. We have World Tournament mode, same thing as Raging Blast 2. There's a World Tournament, Cell games, just like a Raging Blast 2. It seems like there's an option, so you can have you can modify the amount of participants, the difficulty, and the entry requirements. So sands only, just like in Raging Blast 2. You have online battle. You have ranked battle, battle record, ranking, friend, world tournament, player. Basically everything except for freestyle. So it seems mostly the same. There's versus, and there's super battle trials, which I believe are the what if battles. No, it's not the what ifs. I forgot what this is. Yeah, so they have survival, time attack, score attack, KO attack, destructive attack, team battle, extreme battle, punching machine. Okay, so these are modes that are not, or most of them are not in Raging Blast 2. Just for just for me, I just want to see what I can do in this mode. And if you fail, sorry, Videl.
I need to train harder. I can do better than this.
Like I said, we have versus. Let me go to that. Single, team, power. So basically the same modes as Raging Blast 2. And let's go to the dojo so you can kind of see. It looks like it has a tutorial for beginners, basic, advanced people. There's single battle training and team battle training. So it has more categories, but it's generalized in Raging Blast 2.
This is just a battle hack, everybody. Random. Doesn't matter. There's different maps. I should have shown the maps for Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, now that I thought about it. Maybe I can just do another kind of side video about that. I don't know.
Okay, this same map is actually on Raging Blast 2, except it has a plane. I don't actually see that here. One thing I will mention about Raging Blast 1, the voice acting is so much better, or just better, than Raging Blast 2. Let me play that again.
Are you a fighter worthy to face me? I am here to defeat you!
It sounds more like them. I don't like the new voice actors per se. Yeah. So, you can move around just like in Raging Blast 2. You can dash. Well, it won't let you kind of. Yeah. When you face your opponent, it's like you are locked onto them. Well, actually, looks like I'm wrong about that. But it's a little hard. It's harder to move. They have double dash. They don't have the option to where you can actually continue attacking. Wow. You can jump up with them, but it won't do the follow-up. I guess that's good, I guess. So you have to do a little more inputs for that. So I actually kind of like that. So you make it up yourself. Let me do that one more time. Alright. They have the same kind of when you're down. They have the right analog stick super tap to charge up, down. It doesn't have a Raging Blast mode. That's kind of weird. R3 for ultimate attacks. It's shown more details on Raging Blast 2. But yeah, the game, it does feel a little more pushy, shall I say? Like when you hit, you see the kind of backstep, shall I say? And signatures. Yeah, it's a lot more pushback. So maybe if they were to incorporate this to where you're not just standing still like in Raging Blast 2, that would be pretty nice. Plenty of things they added, or just those small things they added on Raging Blast 2 that made it feel better when you're actually playing it, like you're that character. There's a couple things on this game that are nice, but overall it just does not feel great. You know, I don't know how else to put it. They improved the hitbox too. So yeah, but yeah, that'll be all about this game. Not the atrocious game, but I have a much bigger preference for Raging Blast 2. But yeah, on to the next Dragon Ball game. Alright everyone, on to the next Dragon Ball game. So now we have the same developers as Xenoverse. We have Dimps, Dragon Ball Burst Limit 2, or Burst Limit, sorry about that, but just Burst Limit. Graphics, top tier. This is amazing. Have amazing music as well. I'm not complaining. I really like it. Only complaint I did have is that they didn't have enough time to finish the game, so they unfortunately stopped at the kind of Broly margin. They didn't go up to, you know, anything else past that. Now, I will say, I do not remember how to play whatsoever. Alright. This is kind of the intro. It doesn't have one. Alright. We have a wonky looking Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So the modes we have are Z Chronicles, which is basically story mode. Long story short, we have Versus, we have Trial, which is basically theme challenges. I'm just reading from the bottom here. But yeah, theme challenges, and you're competing with other players around the world for basically better ranks and locally. Tutorials, so you can learn how to play the game. Training, where I will be, but so you can practice and without worrying about winning or losing. Who cares about winning or losing? And you also have the options, which the options consist of controls. I like that. So you can modify the controls kind of to meet how you like playing. They don't have this in Raging Blast 1 or 2. Like I said, if this was a thing, that would be huge. That would have been huge. You have your screen settings. You can change the placement of the gauge, screen positioning, see if you want subtitles on, if you want an active camera. Then you have your sound settings for your background music, sound effects, voice, English, voice acting, and you have your player information, which is the status, which obviously I've only played this game for 7 hours because I had to complete the story. I kept getting stuck somewhere. I don't remember where. I think it was the Cell Arc. But yeah, in terms of data management, you can save, autosave, load, all that other good stuff. There's not too much to go on. I would do a challenge, but no, we're just gonna leave it at I'll get dogged if that's the point. But they have an online battle in Versus, so keep that in mind. We're going to go to training. Like I said, I'm not that great at the game yet. So in terms of the game, this is their characters. I'm gonna, unlike Raging Blast 1 and 2, you can't see all the characters, so let me go down. Goku, Krillin, Piccolo, Kid Gohan, Teen Gohan, Tien, Yamcha, Raditz, Cyberman, Nappa, Vegeta, Ginyu, Raccoon, Frieza, Trunks, 16, 17, 18, Cell, Brawly, Bardock. Those are all the characters in the game. Basically a small list, so basically I think it might be smaller than how Fighter Z started off. No, maybe a little bigger, but yeah. Now here's the maps. We have Plain, the Planet Namek, Mountains, Cell Games Arena. I don't remember seeing this map, but yeah, we have the Archipelago. Yeah, and that's basically all the maps. I don't get the arrows, to be honest. This is it's not really a mini game, but you can use an analog stick, move these things where you want it to go, or move the Dragon Balls to where you want it to go. It's huge. So you can obviously fly forward, fly backwards. Kind of on the side if you want. So it looks like X is the block. You have your attacks, kind of your regular square. heavy attacks, it seems like. Circle might be key. Yeah, we have your key. You can shoot that many. X and square doesn't do anything. X and triangle doesn't do anything. R1 makes you transform into a Super Saiyan. But I guess you have to be full key because that's what it does. Super Vegeta. You can grab. You send him in the air. I gotta say, that's a grab. And don't forget, on this game, if you get beaten up pretty good, you can go back to base form. So that's kind of a something I like, but it's also a disadvantage. Command list. Yeah, so we have circle, big bang, shining. Okay, that explains. Ah, see, it looks amazing. Yeah, but yeah, that's this game. I want to say it's pretty similar to the Budokai series, not Budokai Tenkaichi, but the Budokai series. Now, I like this game. I just don't know how to play. And just like Fighter Z, I'm pretty good at Fighter Z, but this to me, or at least this game, seems a little less competitive. And yeah, there's just different aspects of this game that I like. So for one, let me go ahead and get into what I like and dislike, and we'll go on to the next Dragon Ball game. So first off, I love the graphics. I love the scenery. I love how the auras look. I love the key bars at the bottom with the Dragon Balls, and I love the kind of aesthetics of the game. In terms of like getting hit into like the sky, like these little bars right here. It seems like there's so much utility that you can use to help you or aid you in battle. It's 1v1. One of the best things about a Dragon Ball game is 1v1. I do not like assist whatsoever. Yeah, it doesn't look like I could transform again. Oh, you could teleport. Okay. But yeah. Amazing thing about this game. See, there's mechanics that can help you, but it can also break you as well. Just the correlation of everything seems to flow pretty good. But other than that, let's scratch on to the next video. Alright, what's up everyone? Alright, so here's the next Dragon Ball game. Now, a lot of people had some dislikes about this game, but we had Dragon Ball Battle of Z. When this game came out, I didn't like the visuals, but the game grew on me. Understand me, the game grew on me. You know, I'm gonna say this personally. The game grew on me. I really like it. There's different reasons as to why. And plus, it was the introduction of Super Saiyan God Goku and Beerus and Whis. So when I first saw this game, I was like, wow, it looks very fun. I got the game and I was like, wow, it's actually not that bad. And then I started realizing the foot was kind of big and just little small things that shouldn't matter. And yeah, long story short, it became a kind of a what the heck type of thing. Alright, so this is Battle of Z. Like I said, this game, I give it a lot more credit than a lot of people gave it. But an interesting fact about this game was that this game was made originally to combat Dragon Ball Zenkai Battle Royale. I knew about that game when it first came out in Japan, and it was an exclusive to Japan, the arcade, and everyone wanted it. And the best thing they could make was a rip-off version, which came down to this. And I'm sorry to say it so harshly, but this game actually turned out to be really great, which shows that great graphics doesn't make a great game. So this has a total of just 4 different things you could pick from: single player, co-op, battle mode, which this would be against people around the world. So it'll be like 4v4, and there's also options. Options, it consists of check invites, save data backup, options which you can control background music, sound effects, voice, captions, if you want it English, Japanese, things of that nature, vibration, and credits. Not very much. And then you have your battle mode, like I said. You click on it. I don't know if the system is up or down. You can throw yourself into a quick match, which I'm pretty sure there are still some going even today. You have co-op mode. This is also one of those things you could do with other people around the world. So instead of facing them, now you're working with them for those single player missions that you just for some reason can't beat, or you're just tagging along with them. Now single player is just those events, like I told you guys. You don't play with anyone else in the world, but it's just you. It's a pretty simple, sweet and sugarlicious list. Alright, so here you select your mission. You can't select characters yet. Yeah. I guess I'll show you a little bit of gameplay. I don't actually remember how to play. Yeah, the last mission is Vegito. Unfortunately, I don't have Super Saiyan Bardock, and I also don't have Super Saiyan Vegito because I didn't buy them around that time. I didn't have my own money. But yeah, we have these various missions. Kid Buu being one of my favorites, and I think that was it. This is where you unlock Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Pretty fun too. Some of them take extremely long to beat, and that's with all honesty. Guess I'll do this one. So these are the characters. I'll go through the list just like I did in the other games, or you can just look through them if you want. Goku, Gohan, Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, Vegeta with the Scouter, Nappa, Raditz, Cyberman, Piccolo, Goku Super Saiyan. One thing I don't like about this game is that Goku is separated from his Super Saiyan form. I think that's ridiculous. And it doesn't add any more characters to the game, just different forms. And I do like the power level difference. You see there's a HP section and a power level section. Power level for base Goku is 215 and Super Saiyan Goku is 435. And you got this person, don't know the name, but I'm gonna just call it Frieza Soldier, Guldo, Raccoon, Jace, Birder, Ginyu, Frieza first form, his second form. You see the power level difference. You have 220, 400, and his third form is also 400, but he's supposedly faster. You have his final form, which is 430, and then you have his full power form, which is 610. I also do not like the graphics necessarily, but it was pleasing at the time. Now you also have Future Trunks, Super Saiyan Future Trunks. Yeah, Super Saiyan Adult Future Trunks after training with Vegeta. And you have the ascended version of that Super Trunks. Yeah, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Gohan in his base form, Gohan in his Super Saiyan form, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Look at the power difference. Yeah, 230, 435, 800. More than double, or no, not more than double, sorry about that, but almost double what base form Gohan or Super Saiyan Gohan was. You have Android 16, you have Android 18. This power scaling is only like this because I have items on her. Because she's one of those people that help you out in the game, and I don't want to explain that, but you have to have items on them. But the more accurate would be 17. His is 420. So I wanted to make sure she's a great support in the game. She's one of the best, along with Whis. So if I go down, I'm able to have a revive because of her. So that's why she's on there. And let's keep going. We have Dr. Giro, we have Android 19, Cell Jr. selling his first form, selling his second form, selling his perfect form, and then we have him in his perfect Cell form. We have Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, Mystic Gohan or Ultimate Gohan. We have Super Saiyan Adult Gohan. We have Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And we have Super Saiyan 2 Goku. I don't really use Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I love Super Saiyan 2 because he not only gives a revive, but he attacks nicely. We have Majin Vegeta. We have Trunks in his youth, Super Saiyan Trunks in his youth, Goten in his youth, and Super Saiyan Goten in his youth. Fat Boo, Dabura, Gotenks in his Super Saiyan 3 form, Gotenks in his Super Saiyan form, and Gotenks in his base form. We have Boo. I do not like that concept whatsoever, but it was nice at the time. We have, he looks funny here just because the head, just the body ratio. But yeah, we have the Gohan Absorb Boo. We have Kid Boo, which is one of my favorite characters in the game. He's a beast. We have Bardock, Cooler, Whis, Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, Super Saiyan Restraint Broly, Metal Cooler, Final Form Cooler, Beerus, and Super Saiyan God Goku. All of them give that to me. So for this, I'll have God Goku, and I believe if one character is down for too long and everyone else is still alive and not able to revive them, everyone will actually lose the game. Kind of sucks, but I do like that rule that you have to work with your team. Then we're gonna have two 18s. Alright, so you guys see how you see the 1 next to 18's name. You have the 1, and you have her power level obviously of 1065. That 1 is the ability to revive, or how many revives that you can get based off of the character. Super Saiyan God Goku has 0, and you have Kid Buu who has 0. They're typically strong enough to not need that, typically. But if you were to pick like what base form Goku or something, it'll have 2. You have your player log, card collection, item collection, premium collection. Let me just go over item collection because that's what that is. These are the consumable items that you can use to help you in battle. The card collection is what you use to enhance the power level of those characters. So like I said, this is why you see the difference in power levels. Premium collection, same thing virtually. I don't have very many points. Now let's get started with the game. the way to move around the user interface is a little complicated. It's like you have to go up, 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 right, to get to the premium list, and then if you wanted to start the mission, you press left on the D-pad. You can skip. This is the common intro for all of these games. Like I said, I don't remember how to play. Just give me just a second. I'll click back in. I believe you can zoom in. No, you can press R3. R3 will go into your allies. L2, or was it R2? Yeah, you can zoom straight to an opponent. R1 is to lock on. Square dashes. Triangle is how you attack. Circle is basically key blast. Alright. You're totally locked onto that character, so after you lock on, you really don't have to. Yeah, after you lock onto that character, you really don't have to lock off. Let me go ahead and skip this. I totally forgot about that. I forgot how to. So if you press L1's the guard, if you press that or triangle, you can basically do a super attack. Yeah. This comes with a higher kind of, yeah, with the higher kind of loyalty. That's basically this game. I think it's a okay game. I'll just leave it there. Some things I like I mentioned, I really like the concept of the game. And overall, I just think they could have done a little bit better. It looked like they were on a little bit of a budget, but yeah. The star above them means that they're the final boss. I believe, yeah. If you press guard, triangle, and circle, that's like your ultimate attack. Yeah. End of the game. I really like the just the approach to this type of game. But other than that, pretty solid. I think it's one of those quick play games. One of the things I don't like, for the most part, the only thing that really bothers me is the character designs. And I like this creativity that they have here, even though they know they don't need my help. Alright, and now on to the next Dragon Ball game, which I think you guys are gonna like. Alright, so now what is up for debate, which is debated to be even better or something of the sorts than Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I have the HD Collection. I also have 1, 2, and 3, but I'm not gonna use the software for that yet. Especially the PlayStation 2, having to get everything set up. But yeah, I have the HD collection. I think it's the best way to play this right now. So just for the sake of it, I'm going to go to Budokai 3 because Budokai 1 is so hard. Out of all the Dragon Ball games I've shown up to now, I'm not touching Ultimate Tenkaichi. Sorry if anyone wants to see that, I'm just not gonna do it. But this one's the only one up to this point that actually have any of the GT series in it. But yeah, let's go over the menu. We have Dragon Ball Universe, which is basically story mode. We have dueling, which I think, yeah, you can either face player 2 or or the computer can face player 2 or two computers facing off against each other. We have World Tournament. I believe it's the same thing as the other World Tournaments. Practice, pretty self-explanatory. Skill editing, which is the actual capsules for each character, so you can have abilities such as a Kamehameha or Kamehameha or however you guys like pronounce that. But yeah, there's also options. Alright, so we have game options. You can change the difficulty to dual time, computer level, save or load, controller. Love this section. You can change and modify things. It doesn't get any better than that. So screen, you can change the brightness, where things are. Sound, you can speaker, music, sound effects, typical stuff. Change the voice actor. Pretty dope. We're gonna do practice because I suck. Just practice finishing moves, ultimate attacks, dope repetition you can master. And practice maneuvers is basically just so you can learn how to play the game. I'll just do that. So here's the character roster. Let me show everyone that just like I did the other games. There's like different costumes. Really like that. You have Goku, Kid Goku. Those are different costumes. Gohan as a kid. Teen Gohan, love the sand armor. Adult Gohan. Great Saiyaman. Goten. Vegeta. Trunks. Krillin. Piccolo, he could be either Nail or Kami. Tien. Yamcha. Fidel. Supreme Kai. Oob. Raditz. Nappa. Ginyu. Raccoon. Frieza. 17. 18. Dr. Gero. Cell. Fat Boo. Super Boo. Kid Boo. Debura. Cooler. Bardock. Broly. And Omega Shenron. Let me go ahead and have Goku edit skills. So you see I have Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan Kaioken, Egg and Chicken Bowl, so I can basically get my health up when it's down. And I also have Kamehameha. You fuse Gogeta, fuse Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Vegito, Breakdown. These are the different capsules that you can use in terms of the ability. Equip, you can have the Z Sword, Rage Vest, Sturdy Vest, just, yeah, various things, items, pulled pork. I find the chicken and egg the best, so that's why I use it. Yeah, and that's all you can do really for the customizability. Get rid of these. Okay. So in terms of this, what I'm gonna do is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And it takes up all of it. So you don't have any room for error. You can backspin or backstep, front step, fly forward, fly backwards. You can't go side to side like in burst limit. I thought you could, but you can fly up. It automatically make you fly down. X blocks. This is one of those games too where you have to hit the combo before you can do a Kamehameha. Or it'll tell you when you see the capsule that you can use a Kamehameha or something. Yeah, square triangle combination. Which triangle seems to end a sends to end a combination. Seems like it's not. Yeah, there's a limit to what you can do because after a heavy attack you can't go straight to a light. Alright. Circle is how you shoot key blasts. Forward and key is basically Kamehameha. Got the menu. I don't remember anything. Alright, so fusion is with 3 or more gauges as Super Saiyan 4 Goku only. So I turn Super Saiyan 4 by pressing P on punch, kick, and guard at the same time. Alright. Kamehameha, kick, punch, punch. Which I tried to do that earlier. Let me see how that works. Okay, so you have to... Okay, I like that. So you can do... Nice. Yeah, but it's only that limit to combat that you can do. Super Saiyan 4. Alright. Times 10 Kamehameha. I don't think the moves changed a lot. Let me go back to the move list. Yeah, you can only do fusion times 10 Kamehameha. Yeah, only those various combinations. So you go into this mode first, and then it makes you do fusion. I don't know if this one's the one where you have to do the button inputs, but I know if you fail on one of them, it'll make you like a fat person. Or go ahead and do that. Yeah, but that's the game. Pretty sure there's more fighting mechanics, like if you were to hold up and like they were to attack and press up like guard or something like that, and you could parry and things like that. I just feel like this game is very limited at the moment. But yeah, if I could show you guys more, I would. But yeah, on to the next game. The last one. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1. When it came out, it was a lot better than Battle of Z. And I definitely give it a lot of kudos. But I will honestly say, Xenoverse 2 wiped this one away. Like, really bad. Oh, wow. Didn't know there was a version update. Okay, so all I'll say is that's incredibly messed up because when the game first came out for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, I did not have that option, at least for the first 2 years. Alright, so the two options they have right now are Game Start and Options. Options have wireless controller settings, which I love. I have mine set to Type C because it's the most similar to Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 or Budokai Tenkaichi 3, basically. So, only differences would be the holding R2 and L2 for basically super attacks, and yeah, using the right analog stick would be just for looking around and locking on, which is a different mechanic. Camera settings, yeah, you can change how fast or no, if you want to invert it or regular in terms of moving your camera left, right, up and down, camera speed. You have your game settings. I usually have my audio very low or off, which I'm gonna have it off in this case. You have the sound effects. You have voice. Online ID. I like to see online ID rather than character names, so in case someone decides they want to inbox me and be like, "Hey, you cheated" or whatever. Yeah, we got that. And cutscene subtitles, I always have it on just so I don't misunderstand them. Um, Join settings, except I don't really use that. Avoid. You adjust brightness. I have mine on very dark. I'm just gonna bring the brightness up a little bit. It's been forever since I last played this game. Let's go ahead and press game start. From this list, you'll be able to. I don't remember. Just give me just a second. I think it's just a time patrol. I don't know if you have more than one, like in Xenoverse 2. Oh, wait, you do. So this is my original kind of Arcosian. Christiana is my Boo Saga character. Flamento is my Saiyan. Espidor is my Namekian. Cooler Destroyer, just cause. My human, didn't use her. Metamarv, another Arcosian. And Madame is the Boo Saga. There's a singles and there's a multi-lobby. And what I'm going to do is go to a multi-lobby. Alright, moving around it. Oh, wow, there's still a bit of people on this. Wow. Whoa. I never would have expected this. So it has something similar to what they have in basically Xenoverse 2. I remember this. So offline, online, and then we have the battle for offline and online over here, just like it does in Xenoverse 2. And what is this? You can register your team. You don't have the ability to fly. You don't have the ability to use a capsule or anything to move fast. Circle jumps. Nothing really makes you move faster. So this one, the time space delivery, if you have any deliveries, kind of like in Xenoverse 2, you could just collect them here. I don't have anything because the game is just what it is. I believe this is the Xenoverse timeline if you were to go through here. And this would be the time-space area, or I believe that will be the name. It's taken a bit of time for everything to load in, but it definitely doesn't look like it does in Xenoverse 2. I remember Vidal's was back here. So yeah, definitely miles back from Xenoverse 2. This is the area where you can basically summon Shinron. I don't think Purunga is in this game, and same with Xenoverse 2. This is the area where you can do your world tournament or local battles. Item shop, mixing shop. Just like in Xenoverse 2, you have your time-space delivery. So you have everything pretty much in one area. I found Jacko. Would I want him to be my master? I don't think so. Skill shop. I think I have all the skills bought. I have so much money that I have hair on my back. And clothing. Yeah, I think I have all the clothes. I think I have all the accessories as well, but I might be wrong. Yeah, I was definitely wrong about that. I don't need everything though. Alright. Another item shop and another mixing shop. Yeah, and that's literally all the areas you could go to. Definitely doesn't have the modes and different things that the other Dragon Ball games have, which I kind of don't like, but it has the main purpose of serving parallel quests, which is a co-op, and also it has 1v1, 2v2, and 3v3. So in my case, as of right now, I'm going to do offline battle. Wow. Is there a training mode? I definitely don't think so. But just like the other games, I will show all the characters. Goku. Well, actually, let me go down. We have Trunks, Goten, Goku, Gohan, Yamcha, Krillin, Piccolo, Tien, Raditz, Cyberman, Apule, Nappa, Vegeta, Captain Ginyu, Nappa, oh not Nappa, sorry, Raccoon, Raspberry, Guldo, Birder, Jace, Frieza, Cell Jr., Cell, 17, 18, Gotenks, Kid Buu, Super Buu, Fat Buu, Hercule. Is he in Xenoverse too? I don't remember. But yeah. Hercule, Videl, Vegito, Bardock, Whis, Beerus, Broly, Mira, Toa, Pan, Trunks, Goku, Vegeta. Which Vegeta's an exclusive character. I don't know if they have him on sale now, but yeah, he has a cheating Z Soul. You have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He's trashing this. You have Ice Shinron, Nova Shinron, 17 Omega Shinron, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. You have Golden Frieza and Jacko. So a significantly smaller list. Well, not a significantly, but a much smaller list than Xenoverse 2. I don't remember him being in this game, to be honest. I don't remember them adding him. But yeah, I have Super 17 and also Goku, and we will be facing off against. You know, the weird thing is, I also don't remember having any of the Ice Shinrons either. That is super weird. When did they get on the game? These are the maps. You have World Tournament, Hyperbolic Time Chamber, Wasteland, Mountain Knight, Mountains, Pod Island or Pod Landing, Planet Namek, Planet Destroy Planet Namek, Open Field, Sky, Destroy Cell Arena, Cell Arena, West City, West City Industrial Sector, the Capsule Corp, Underground Lake, Supreme Kai's World, Kami's Lookout, Space Earth, and you have Space Planet Vegeta, Glacier, and we also have Planet Tuffle. Part of the update or something? Sorry for the lag. This is just how I played on a PlayStation. It's much harder teleporting in this game. They don't have stamina breaks, so I would think that would be okay. Well, definitely a lot more laggy, but Xenoverse 2 is definitely a miles. Well, now that I actually play it, I feel very little differences that was implemented into Xenoverse 2 that just made it so much better. Just like on Raging Blast 1 compared to 2. So, first off, in this game, you don't have double dash. I don't really mind that, but the fact that it used stamina kind of rubs me the wrong way. I would rather it use ki per se. I think that's a better thing, and also I think the stamina system is kind of flawed because it eliminates the fun factor to where you have to keep a consideration of too much. Um, but the some other things I like about this game would be I just in the texture of this, I did like how kind of simple the game looked. It didn't have like that PS4 or PS5 kind of cloudiness that it had to make the game look a little better. Like you can almost see the raw colors of each of the characters, so I thought that was pretty nice. Like when I saw the character designs for Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta, I believe they look a little different than they. Well, no, actually, no, they look the same. Take that back. Yeah. Um. But yeah. Um. The list is smaller. I can feel it when I press the right button. Missing characters. So the more characters doesn't make the game better, but the more characters with each of them having their own unique animation and their own unique attacks and their own unique names makes the game so much better. And here's one of the things that I would like to point out, which I brought up to my friend. I said that if each of the Dragon Ball games had basically not only unique animations and unique names and things like that, and doesn't, like volleys. You see that in Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and Raging Blast and Tag Team a lot. So if they had it to where they could reduce the amount of abilities that one character had to where you don't have to put the basically makeup or BS kind of moves on there, that would be better than incorporating it in there, and they don't actually do that. Yeah, Super 17, which, like I said, I don't remember seeing any of these three on the game last time I was on here. One of the other things I like about this game too is just that, for example, what you see, just like in Xenoverse 2, you have basically this base form Goku, and progressively going up, he can do Kaioken times 20. So you could tell this was when he was facing Frieza. I'm a Saiyan raised on Earth, and he got body changed with Captain Ginyu. Super Saiyan, you can see Spirit Bomb. Now I'm mad. He cannot go Super Saiyan 2. Yeah, he cannot go Super Saiyan 2. Um, and you could tell by this that the Solar Flare, Super Kamehameha, I forgot who it was facing, but you have this one too. When he can go up to Super Saiyan 2, it shows the max one. But you can still go Super Saiyan 1, and then this one when he was facing Boo, and now you had essentially the Super Saiyan up to Super Saiyan 3. I think that is genius, right on par. Like if they had a system kind of like that, separating them wouldn't necessarily be an issue. But if they had it to where you can pick a Saiyan Saga, Dragon Ball Saga, and different things of that nature with just one character, take that Super Saiyan God Goku off, take the Super Saiyan Blue off, and take the Super Saiyan 4 off, and just make those transformations able to be selected after you select the saga that you want, that would be more viable than having them in selected like different character slots, because that it just seems like it makes more sense. Yeah, it'll take a little more time getting to them, but it makes more sense. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and hop into Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and then I will call it for this video. The moment that everyone's been waiting for, or for the most part, not too sure, but enjoy. Alright, so as everyone knows, this is Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi, or Budokai Tenkaichi 3. So here's the different modes we have. We have Dragon History, which is basically story mode from, I believe, Dragon Ball all the way up into the GT's end. We have Ultimate Battle, which this is just a lot of interesting battles, just so everyone can kind of take a glance at what they have. There's like extreme battles. This is created I believe it's 100 different missions. I'm not too sure. This fusion. Reading the previous game, this fusion. I don't know. Triangles to go back. I wish I could tell you more, but wow, this game is just amazing. I usually just stick to the duel. But yeah, we have Dragon World Tour. This is just basically a tournament mode, just so you guys get another glance at it. Whoop, you see that? So both of those were tournaments. I haven't actually entered any of it. We have Duel, which is basically, Samuel, you can 1v1 somebody, or you can 1v a computer, or computer can face in a computer, or a computer can face player 2. We have Z items, which is basically the same thing as the customs for Raging Blast, the capsules in Dragon Ball Budokai, and I want to say those presets I saw that was on Burst Limit. But yeah, we have Z Evolution, which is basically, I believe it is capsules, right? We have character customization. Let me select him. You can tell I don't have very many items at all. So if I were to press on it, it'll show all the items that I do have. I know it's a pitiful list. But it has a lot more in terms. This is all the items in the game. Give me just a second, you guys. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, this was every single item since it said all the items. But these are all the defense items. This is all the skill type items. And I don't have any purple items as of yet. So I don't know what those are. I think it's for the story mode, but I might be wrong. But in this aspect, I honestly do. Raging Blast 2 probably has a leg up because it just seems like there are more options to use. There's passwords, which if you want to put cheat codes in, go for it, but that's not me. Distribute Z points. Yeah, I don't really know what that is either, but I think it's to increase the ability limit. And there's 3 different customs. And yeah. So, if I'm right, unlike in Raging Blast 2, this game doesn't have like enhanced characters. But it has the way that I was describing it to you guys earlier about each saga, kind of. We'll talk about the character list here in a little bit. Sorry about that. I've shown you guys the items already, and then the Evolution Z, which is basically the same thing. So this is the store with all the items. Let's see if it's any different. Yeah, definitely a little bit more. If not, it's on par with Raging Blast 2, if not a little less. We're going to go to Ultimate Training. This is where you can basically learn the controls of the game and also just practice. Password, yeah, if you guys like using cheat codes and passwords, this is the place to go. There's also an encyclopedia for everybody. And here's options. Save and load, which is nice. You have the screen, which you can change. I believe you can change the position. Can be modified. You can set the shank. We're gonna leave that on, and camera type. This is kind of nice because they don't actually have this on any of the Dragon Ball games that I've actually played. So just seeing this option, very, very helpful. You have that option. I'll just say that you have that option to how you want the camera to look and present itself. You can change the sound, speaker. You can have it on stereo or mono. You can have volume on 9.9. We are not going to do that, but they have background music test. You can listen to English or Japanese like Dende said. And controller. You can change your controller type, which is still a very good perk. Okay, so that's kind of bad compared to Burst Limit, where you almost have full customization of your controller. I like customization, that's the word. You can incorporate vibrations if you want. I have mine on. Why not? Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the ultimate training. There's battle training, which this will be. So training would be just so you can learn combos and different things of that nature. Now, for those of you that want to see how many characters, this has a huge margin of characters plus transformations. This is astounding. I don't have every single character, but behold. This is all Dragon Ball. Yeah, this is Dragon Ball Saga. So you have Demon King Piccolo. You have everyone calls. Well, no. No, I'm gonna ignore that, but he sucks. To Maureen, you have Devilman, you have General Blue, General Tao. I don't know if he has a different transformation. No, he doesn't. We have the more of the Dragon Ball based characters. We have Kid Goku, which I believe he has his he has his grade 8 form, and he's actually huge. All right, we have another Dragon Ball character which I don't have right now. We have Grandpa Gohan. We have Nam, Android 8, Oral, random if you want to select random. Then you have if you want those cheat code people. We have early stage Goku. This is basically the Saiyan saga all the way to the beginning. Well, it's not particular, but these are most of the regular Z warriors in the early stages. So we have early Goku. Like I said, he can't go Super Saiyan. We have Gohan, Piccolo, Vegeta with a Scouter, Krillin, Yamcha, and we have Trunks. We have another form of Goku, which is basically midway in the series, which he can turn into a Super Saiyan. So this is basically from the Frieza arc. Sorry, that's my son. We have Gohan, or Teen Gohan, and he can go basically Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2, whichever one you want to pick. We have basically the end Piccolo, who's fused with Kami and Nail. We have Vegeta. He can go Super Saiyan all the way to Super Vegeta. Tien Chaozu. Trunks. He can go Super Saiyan and also Super Trunks. We have basically the Buu Saga here. We have and Goku, which can go all the way into Super Saiyan 3, but he also has Vegito and Gogeta Super Saiyan for both of them. So Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Vegito base form, Super Saiyan Vegito, Gogeta. We have Gohan. He has Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, and also Great Saiyaman. I believe you can't transform into Great Saiyaman unless you already pick him. Alright, and you have Mystic Gohan, and he is who he is. You have Vegeta in his second form, so basically, like always, he has his Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2 form, but he also have the ability to fuse into base form Vegito and Super Saiyan Vegito, and lastly, Super Gogeta. We have Majin Vegeta, by far my favorite Vegeta. We have base form Goten. So Goten can turn Super Saiyan, but he can also fuse with Trunks to become Gotenks. So this is base form Super Saiyan 3, and I believe you still need Trunks on your team in order to fuse. Really genius. And you have Trunks as well. He also have his base form, and he also have his Super Saiyan form, base form Gotenks all the way to Super Saiyan 3. Now it seems like it takes like a jump, and it goes from GT Goku. I don't think I have GT Vegeta. I think he would have been in the middle right there. But yeah, we would have had GT Vegeta right there. He goes all the way to Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So Goku, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4. And obviously if GT Vegeta is on your team, you can fuse to make Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So I can't do that right now. I have to flat out pick Gogeta. You have Adele, she sucks. You have Hercule, he sucks. You have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Oh, actually, you just need this Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and to transform into Super Saiyan 4 Goku here in order to fuse to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now you have Oob. I believe if you fuses them, you have a time limit. I'm not too sure. But you have Oob, and you have two forms of him. You have the base form and also him when he fused with Boo. to become one. And you have Pan. She sucks. I'm just kidding. She's a savage for a little girl. Now you have some of the miscellaneous characters. So you have Master Roshi. He also had his full power version. You have Yajirobe, Nail, Supreme Kai, which he have his fuse with Kabuto Kai. So he's pretty good. Raditz, Nappa, Cyberman. You have Captain Ginyu. Raccoon, Birder, Jace, Gilda, Zarbon, Dodoria, Frieza, Mecha Frieza, Apple, Kiwi, Frieza Soldier. I don't know who's right there because I don't have them. And King Vegeta, Cell Jr. Wait, so these are the enemies. These are the enemies. Sorry. So it started off with hero kind of characters or protagonists, and now these are the antagonists. So you have Dr. Giro, Android 19, Android 18, 17, 16, Fat Boo, Black Boo, or Pure Evil Boo, Super Boo, which Super Boo, he have his Gotenks version. He don't have the Piccolo version, but he also have the Super Boo Gohan version, or Gohan absorbed version. Kid Boo, Bobbity. I'm pretty sure Bibbity's on here, but I'm not too sure. Demon King Deborah, Bardock. He also have his grade 8 form. I don't know who's in the middle. You have Garlic Jr. He should have his buff. Yeah, Super Garlic Jr. You have Dr. Wheelo. We have Turles, who should have his grade 8 form. Lord Slug, who should have his super form. You have Salsa, Cooler, and you have his soup, or basically final form. Metal Cooler, Android 13, and he should have his super form. Broly, you have his Super Saiyan form and his legendary Super Saiyan form. You have Zangia, Bojack, but you don't have those other 2 or 3 because one of them was killed by Trunks. You have Janemba in his big form, and you also have the regular Janemba. You have Pikkon, Tapion, Hirudegarn, Baby Vegeta, and he has his basically Super Baby 1, Super Baby 2, and his grade 8 baby form. There's another form in between these two. Yeah, there's another form. It's just not there. But yeah, we have all of these baby Vegetas. You have Super 17. You have Nova Shenron. And you have Sin Shenron, who could turn into Omega Shenron. And that's the list. Like I said, it has the most in-depth list in terms of characters on the game. And this is a 2007 game. And think about it. If you compare it to now's games, it's a mile greater. Or it could have been Hirudegarn, but I didn't think about it. Now, keep in mind, this gameplay is similar to Raging Blast. Or Raging Blast is similar to this gameplay, shall I say. So to ascend, you use the... Ascend and descend is different on both of the games. So L1 and L2 would be how to ascend and descend from Raging Blast. And I prefer that a little bit over the right. To charge, you hold L2. I think I kind of like that, but I really like using the D-pad instead of using the D-pad to move up, down, left, right. I think it's a great utility for the D-pad because you can still use the analog stick to go front, left, right, back, and things of that nature. So maybe that's a downside. You have square for your regular punch, triangle for blast, circle is guard, X is the dash. And if you're in close quarters, you can it does the same thing that it does in Raging Blast, where you kind of move slower. You just wait for an attack, and you have kind of that flexibility. These are our basically super attacks. You can use Wild Sense. Um, you can power up to very Big Bang Kamehameha or Kamehameha or Kamehameha or Kamehameha, however you like to pronounce it. You have Ultimate Impact, and you have the Big Bang times 100. All right, and we have some techniques in terms of like our inputs. So we have, I'm not gonna go by the name, but I'll go by the input. So you have your light, heavy, light blast, light blast, light blast, light blast. You have your up blast, down blast, circle, which is during a rest. This is basically rest techniques. So now you have your heavy sway, which you press X and triangle. So you dash and you hold triangle. You dash up and you hold triangle. You dash backwards and hold triangle. You dash and you press circle. After a full power smash, you can vanish. So X, it says 3 attacks possible in max power mode. Dragon Smash, and you have vanishing attack. So if you attack with a smash, you can up, down, left, right, triangle. I have to do that in order to really tell you in more detail. And after a full smash, you can also press circle. Immediately after a hit or after a smash attack hits, you could press circle and triangle. And I'm wondering if this is like how it was with Xenoverse, when you're able to kind of track them down. But I'm not gonna assume that until I do it. You have giant throw. You have high speed movement. So during a rush, you can just teleport and hit them pretty much. You have counter high speed movement while the opponent is in high speed rush movement. You can press circle, counter, press circle to immediately vanish or after vanishing attacks. So this is how you can guard and counter. Like I said, circle is the guard. So if you see that, I'm just saying circle. But immediately before a smash attack hits, you can press up in the light attack or up in attack, since there's no light and heavy attack. You can press circle after a counter for a counter to Z counter. Burst smash, super movement only while you're in the high tension mode, and also while you're in the high tension mode, a hyper smash. Those are your signature techniques. And combos, you have square times 7, and you have square times 5 plus 1x, and you have square 5 times with an X, and you could hold up or down with another attack. You have your blast square, blast square. There's a heavy and there's a up and triangle for a heavy finish hit. So I'm guessing you could convert those blasts into hits depending on what direction you have your analog stick. So I will call it light and heavy. You have up, triangle, square, 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 triangle, square. Like, the game has a lot of depth that you can actually include in the game. Square, 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 up, triangle, X, square, 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 square. That's nice. See, this is amazing, and not a lot of people know about this either. And you don't compare this to a competitive game, but it has depth, just not in depth as like a 2D per se. But yeah, that's the different variation of combos that you can do. And like I said, just like on Raging Blast 2, you have these different margins of attack that you can pull off, regardless if you succeed or if you don't succeed. Yeah, when I do that, it looks... Yeah, I have to be in a combo in order to do a heavy hit. So they basically fuse the the key blast button with the heavy attack button, which I like that, but in a way it does give Raging Blast more of that feeling that I like. So separating them gives me that kind of option to extend what I want to do and give me customizable options, shall I say. Oh, so when you block, you can also kind of counter based off of what you think they're gonna do, like a high or a low. Looks like a dance, but you can definitely switch it up if you wanted to. I love. Okay, so one thing that I like about this game that I don't necessarily see in Raging Blast 2 is the fact that you can fly diagonally up when you're flying backwards or to the side. Now, in Raging Blast 2, I feel just when I play that you don't have that kind of variation or option to do that. So that's definitely a plus in my opinion. But yeah, you can do these attacks if you charge up your key. So you can super dash if you hold the key blast or the key charge up, and then you can also double dash as well. You just have to hold it and press your dash button and press it twice. Now you have the where if you go up, there's different directions you can go with the. You could do more than just that. So if you press up, down, it determines what super attack you want to do. I don't think you have that option to customize what super attack, but I'm gonna double check. Yeah, I'm gonna double check just to be sure. Can you lock off? No, I don't think you can. Combos are infinite. This is sick. It's like he's stuck in an infinite combo. This is unfair. Yeah, this is unfair. If you get hit with that, it's almost game over. Or just in my opinion, it's almost game over. So yeah, you only have the selection from up to basically 5 things. So it's basically charge, triangle, or charge, triangle, or circle. Basically, so triangle and circle basically determines what super attack you can do, and if you press up, it gives you like without the high tension mode, you can select basically between those 4 things that you want to do, which I feel like in Raging Blast 2, it's a little better in my opinion, just using the right analog stick, because even here, the right analog stick, that's all it does. You could just switch from left to right, which it does help if you kind of feel a little kind of self-conscious about where your camera is, but that's why you have that preset to where you can kind of adjust it beforehand. But now they also have the pad if you wanted to change your angles. They can use that. They can utilize the pad that's on the PS5 or whatever else they have on the other game systems. So like Xbox, it could be like the back triggers or something like that. Whatever, however it'll go, you could just do it that way. But definitely the right analog stick helps out, and also charging with the down, so you have more versatility with what you can do with the other buttons, really helps out a ton. But yeah, this is Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I love this game. Like, I have nothing bad really to say about it. If I had to say anything, it could be the same game with just newer characters and maybe a little upscale graphics, and the land looks pretty amazing as itself. The sand pod back there is a little big. Yeah, the destruction is super nice. Um, yeah. think that's all I really have to say about this game. You know, realistically, that blast could destroy the planet, and like it'll be too strong to actually hit somebody unless they're strong. So I don't know if they have anything planned for that. But yeah, some of the mechanics I like about this game, like I said, the double dash, the regular dash, the option to attack while you're in that double dash, teleporting, key blast, just everything. And Raging Blast 2 kind of handpicked what it wanted to keep. Yeah, it just kind of decided what it wanted to keep and kind of innovate. And it also gave us some more dynamic kind of approach to effects and also some of the characters. But there are unique things that I've noticed about the characters that's on Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Um, but I'm not going to stretch this any longer. I'm just going to talk about everything in the ending of this video. So stay tuned, and I can't wait for you guys to watch that. I'm not going to do Xenoverse 2, and I am also not going to do Fighter Z. I'll just talk about that in the outro of the video. I'll see you guys then. Hey, so I have my son here. He wanted to be in the video. Say hi, mijo. Say hi. Say hi. Okay, so let me go ahead and kind of sum up everything about this video. Just in detail, I have some notes, but I don't have everything to reference off from. So you guys kind of saw and heard what I did and didn't like about just some of the games. I tried to mention it in the game so I don't have to say it in the outro. But I do also want to incorporate just some things that I'm kind of afraid of as far as the new game, because they have a great foundation. I think I've said that in one of the other videos, but they have a great foundation that they can kind of grow from, but they can also take it and modify it to the worst, shall I say, because a lot of people talk about the Dissidia, for example. On the PSP, they say it was a great game. And then when it came to the new Dissidia NT, it just didn't turn out the way that they thought. And it basically ruined, the game. And, me, when I played it, I thought it was great. I didn't grow up playing the PSP versions, but if you've grown up playing it, it just really can throw your what you have out of the window. So yeah. Give me just a second. I'm so sorry. All right, sorry about that, you guys. That's a story for another day. But I'm going to like I said, I'm kind of terrified of what they might do to the game. And it could go from all the old heads rebuttaling against it, but all the new heads say, oh, this is a great game. And it's only because they haven't played the previous version. And yeah, there's tons of things that can happen that really could modify it. But other than that, I really hope they do incorporate a couple things, which I have some notes on, because of course I'm not going to necessarily remember everything. Obviously everyone knows that I stand firm when I say I really do not want custom created characters. It's great to have it on Xenoverse. I don't really use my custom created character as it is. I don't see them in the anime. They don't seem cool to me. Like, my favorite character, with all honesty, is Hit. My second, Vegeta. And I'm just like, a couple other characters that I would use. It just depends on how I feel playing them. I'm not necessarily along the board of overpowered characters, but I like characters that are fast, quick, swift, get out the way. So like Dispo, I actually find myself enjoying using him. But yeah, I do not hope. I hope they don't incorporate any custom made characters, or custom made created characters. Um, and I mentioned while we were playing, or while I was playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3, that and previously that I wanted basically one slot for a character, but it's different arcs. So instead of having it in the same layout as they had in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, you can have it one character, and then like in Raging Blast 2, you have the kind of blocks above it, and then from those blocks you can select if you want like the Sand Saga one, and then or if you want the Frieza arc, or well, not Frieza arc, but the Frieza Saga, and then he can only go Super Saiyan. You can select Super Saiyan. It just kind of go up from there. Just kind of a better layout. It will take a little more time, but it's kind of a nice thing and utility to have. But also, one of the things that I spoke with my friend about that I just want to go ahead and mention was the fact that the sorry, real time and cutscene kind of, sorry about that. One of the things that I mentioned with my friend was that I wanted kind of, or he brought it up to me about cutscenes, and I said, that's one thing, a chargeable Kamehameha. It would be nice to kind of have a cutscene, but I don't know if I don't know what they'll do with that, because it's nice to have a cutscene sometimes, but some of the things I would rather they just leave in kind of real time, which it just makes the most sense. Now, transformations in terms of a cutscene, or whatever, like in Xenoverse, it didn't seem to make a difference, because either you can get stamina broken or it'll just push your opponent back. It didn't seem to actually make a difference, so I guess it's kind of in the air with how they wanted to proceed with that. And hopefully they bring back key collisions, and also like just melee collisions or rush collisions. Those, it gets your blood pumping. It makes you like, let me move this, as fast as you can, or however they plan to do it. Like, regardless if it's just L2, R2, you just do that, or you use all the buttons and just do that. Just do whatever you have to do. Kind of fun, and it is a little bit of a sweaty tactic, but that's probably one of the things that a lot of people remember most about the game, would be the fact that you had those sweaty moments where you're just like, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win, or please win this. If you don't win the fight, just win this. So that was pretty fun, very memorable. And yeah, hopefully the art is pretty good. Based off the trailer that we've seen, the cosmetics for Goku look similar to the character design that, this was a while back, like back in 2000, maybe 12 or 13. There was a design created for Raging Blast 3. And this guy essentially got into depth with like how the game was going to be maxed out and different things in that nature, and everyone was kind of on board, like, yeah, this will be cool, yada yada yada. And this was right after Ultimate Tenkaichi came out and really messed things up. So it just looks so similar to that, but where I kind of have an issue with is just that the background looks a little too realistic. I don't want the game to turn out kind of like Jump Force. The game and the animated characters look way too realistic, and it was kind of hard for me to kind of keep track of everything. There was so much lag. Granted, I did get the game late, but it was so much lag that I couldn't really keep up with the game. The game was way too fast paced, but it should be like that if it's strong characters. Which brings me to my next point. I hope they incorporate some sense of power level and power scaling. So if you have a character that was, for example, you have Cell facing off against like Kid Buu or whatever, Kid Buu is obviously going to wipe the floor of Cell. So you have that speed, that power, the versatility and moves that Kid Buu has shown You have regeneration. I'm just like, there's a ton of things that they can do to really sweeten up this game. You know, make the characters feel like they were the actual characters in the series. Give you that customizable option to select the super attacks you want, the capsules that you want, the perks you want. It just really, like, literally, it's just Xenoverse except without a created character. You have the actual characters and you can select between like 4 to 8 moves or whatever. Just the fact that you have that option to where you're not stuck with one version of the character to where you have to resort to a custom made character really speaks languages. But other than that, yeah, if there's anything else, I'll just comment because I can't think of anything right now and this video is dragging out. But I will see you guys in the next video. Scratch like a tiger, Senior Tiger out, and or you can call me Marv Tiger or Marv Euro or Euro Tiger or Euro Marv Tiger. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.